Alright, welcome back to a new lesson of German with John Berlin. In today we'll be doing how to give orders in German. What do I mean by orders? It's like imperative Sätze, or in English imperative sentences, where you basically, like in English, say come here, yes, sit down, don't speak, make me a coffee, yeah, order me a pizza. So all these are requests, or you could say orders, yes. And there is one fundamental which we need to learn. When we are giving an order, it's always in second person, yes. That means we can only give an order to a person who is in front of you. So we have three options in second person. As you can see here, it could be second person informal, your friend, yes, du. It could be second person formal, capital Z, your boss, or it could be second person plural. That means you all, ihr. Yes, fantastic. So there is one exception to this rule. We can also give orders in first person plural. Let's assume you are the leader of a group and you are giving an order to the group that we can do this. Yes, you need to achieve the target. So these are like orders in first person plural. So we'll be doing all these examples in all the orders in second person, informal, formal, plural, and first person plural. So let's get started and let's have a look at the structure of the imperative sentence. Just like we had made the questions earlier, it's the same structure. First comes the verb, then comes the subject, then comes the rest of the sentence, and in the end there is a exclamation mark, which is very important, and it's also called in German Ausrufungszeichen. What is it called? I'll write it for you. Ausrufungs. Ausrufungs is to exclaim. Yes, ausrufen is the verb, which means to exclaim something, from which we get Ausrufungs, and Zeichen is symbol. So it's a compositum. Yes, perfect compound word. Ausrufungszeichen is very important to show it's not a question but an order. Yes, sometimes it might be needed to clarify that. Let's find out what I mean. So let's pick up a simple order, come here. All right, now how will we say come here in German? The verb is kommen. Fantastic. Now the first rule we need to learn that when we are giving a order in informal, we do not address the person in second person. We don't need to say you, like in English. We never say you come here. We simply say come here. Yes, it's automatic. You're speaking to the person in front of you. So you'll basically omit du, yes, and you'll go forward with the you'll go forward with the verb, which is, let's put it in the right position here. It was in the wrong position. Yes, kommst du here. We'll remove the du. We don't need the du. Yes, and we'll basically conjugate for du the verb kommen. How do we conjugate it for du? Ich komme, du kommst, sie es kommt, wir kommen, ihr kommt, sie kommen, sie kommen. We'll pick up du kommst. So we'll write kommst, but we will basically conjugate and then remove the ending of the conjugation. That means we'll remove the st. What will remain? Simply du is gone, st is gone. What remains? Komm hier. Yes, simply come here. So two rules you need to remember: do not address, remove the ending after conjugating. Perfect. So that's the way you give an order, second person, come here. In Deutsch, komm hier. Pretty similar. Okay, moving on. Let's say we give order in second person formal. Yes, let's say to someone senior than us. Yes, or someone we meet the first time out of respect. So in this, you please note that we will address the person politely. Yes, that means we will say you come here, and also we can add a bitte to make it sound a little more polite, please. And also it's important to add bitte. Let me show you why. All right, let's omit bitte for a moment. Let's simply follow the structure, and we begin with a verb that is common. We'll conjugate it for sie formal. How will we do it? Ich komme, du kommst, sie es kommt, wir kommen, ihr kommt, sie kommen, sie kommen. Perfect. So that's the capital Z. So it's common. We'll write here. Then we'll introduce the subject. We'll address the person, sie, and then we'll write hier. Now, kommen Sie hier, if I remove the exclamation and add a question, also looks like a question. Do you come here? Yes. Now it depends how you express this sentence. If you say, kommen Sie hier, it sounds like an order. If you say, kommen Sie hier, it sounds like a question. So how you basically articulate the sentence basically finds out if it's an order or a question. To do away with this confusion, we can add a bitte. If you add a bitte, then it's pretty much self-explanatory that it's not a question, it's a request or an order. Yes, bitte kommen Sie hier, you please come here. Fantastic. Okay, moving forward, we also have the third option where you're giving the order to more than one person. Let's assume you are teaching some people, the teacher of a class supposedly. So how will you give them the order? Again, the rule is we will not address the people. Yes, we will not address the people. We will not say you all. We begin with the command. The verb would be kommen. We'll conjugate it for ihr. Ich komme, du kommst, sie es kommt. Wir kommen, ihr. Yes, you're right. Kommt, just like written here. Kommt hier. Fantastic. Yes. So what's the difference here? In the first one, we conjugated the word, we conjugated the verb, removed the ending. Yes. And we did not address the person. In second person, we used the normal conjugation. We addressed the person, added bitte. In second person plural, what we did, we basically didn't address them and we conjugated the verb normally. Kommt hier. Fantastic. Now as an exception, let's say leader of a group, you say to your group, we come here. Yes, that's an order. So how would you say it? Pretty simple. Begin with the verb kommen. You'll introduce the subject, wir, and then you'll say here. Kommen wir hier. Make it sound like an order. Yes, else it might sound like a question. Kommen wir hier? Do we come here? Yes. So make sure that you exclaim it correctly. Fantastic. So with that in mind, these four kinds of orders that we need to give, we'll do some sentences and see if we can get the orders correct in German. Okay. So we have the first sentence done for us. It says, make for me a pizza. The verb to make is machen. And the question here is, who makes what for whom? Yes, basically accusative dative verb. So who makes, let's find out. Basically, we'll say to do. So following the rule of the first rule here for do, we'll first begin with a structure. We'll put the verb in the first position, machen, conjugated for do, ich mache, du machst. Yes, and we'll remove the st. What will remain? Mach. Perfect. Mach. Then we'll say basically the subject, which we need to omit. So we'll not mention do. Perfect. We'll directly go to for whom, dative. For me, mir. What? Eine Pizza. Fantastic. Yes. So that's mach mir eine Pizza. And moving forward, let's do it for the formal one. Saying it to someone politely. You please make me a pizza. Make for me a pizza. If you say make me a pizza, you'll practically be made into a pizza. So that shouldn't be the case. It should be make for me the pizza. Okay. So who makes for whom what? Let's find out. It's an order. We begin with the verb and that's machen. We'll conjugate it for the capital Z. Ich mache, du machst, sie es macht. Wir machen, ihr macht, sie, sie. Machen. Perfect. So machen, and we'll address the person, sie, and then for whom, mir. Yes, ich, mich, mir, dative, mir. What? Pizza, the pizza. Pizza is feminine, the pizza, but we need to say we'll say ein, and add the e of the, eine pizza. Fantastic. Yes. All right, moving forward, saying it to your friends. You all make me a pizza. Make for me a pizza once again. Sorry. So let's say, how will we do it? We'll begin with the verb machen, conjugated for second person plural. Ich mache, du machst, sie es macht. Wir machen, ihr. Exactly. Macht. Macht. We'll not address them since the rule here says we basically do not address the people. We'll not say ihr, directly go to the rest of the sentence. For whom? For me. That's mir. And then what? Eine Pizza. The rule here of the order of cases is first comes the pronoun, then comes the noun. Fantastic. You shouldn't say macht eine Pizza mir. That will be wrong, because the rule is first comes the pronoun, then comes the noun. Fantastic. We go to the exception one here, where we give orders in the first person. You being the leader of the group, you say, hey, we make for me a pizza. Okay, so let's see if it works. We'll begin with the structure. First the verb conjugated for wir. Ich mache, du machst, sie es macht, wir machen. Perfect. So we have here machen. We'll introduce the subject wir. Then it will be, of course, the rest of the sentence. For whom? That is ich, mich, mir. Dativ, for me. Yes. Then what? It's the pizza. Yes. We'll borrow the e from the, and we'll basically add it to eine Pizza. Fantastic. So this was our little illustration here. Now we'll make some sentences together and let's see how it goes. So the first is call up your friend. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Call up your friend, and first we'll begin with the structure. That is, the verb comes first. The verb is anrufen. Now please remember, this verb anrufen is a two-part verb. That means an is a prefix which we do not use while conjugating. Yes, it needs to be put where? At the end of the sentence. Fantastic. So we'll put it at the end. The verb is in front of us, rufen. We'll conjugate rufen and we'll begin with du. Ich rufe, du rufst. Perfect. We'll remove the st. What will remain? Ruf. Perfect. Then will we address the person? Let's find out. We do not address the person. We will not say du. Okay, we'll go to the rest of the sentence. Your friend. Okay. Now, whom are we calling? It's your friend. Friend is masculine, let's suppose here. So if you go to whom, you remember the definiter article. It's den, die, das, die. So basically, whom are we calling? Den Freund. Den Freund, but we don't need to write den. We need to write your. Okay, how do we do that? What is your? Let's find out. My is mine. Your is thine. Very good. So instead of den, we'll first write thine here. Yes, and we'll take up the ending of den since it's the article which the possessive pronoun has replaced. So we'll basically just take the ending of en and put it in front of thine. Nen. Perfect. We'll delete this d here. Okay, so it comes together. Ruf deinen Freund. Perfect. Ruf deinen Freund, and we'll finish the verb with its prefix. What is the prefix? If you can see it here. Yes, an. Perfect. Ruf deinen Freund an. What is missing? Ausrufungszeichen, exclamation mark. Okay, now we go to the second person formal, saying it to someone politely. Please call up your friend. So we rather begin with please. We can write bitte. Then we'll follow the structure and we'll begin with a verb, which is anrufen. An is a prefix. We'll conjugate rufen for sie. That's the second person formal. Ich rufe, du rufst, sie es ruft. Wir rufen, ihr ruft, sie, sie. Rufen. Fantastic. So let's write here. Rufen. Bitte rufen. We'll address the person as per the rule here. Yes, we address the person in the polite version. So we'll say sie. Bitte rufen sie. Now rest of the sentence. Whom do you call? It's the friend. Friend is masculine. That means den, die, das, die. It will be den Freund. But we don't need to write den. We need to say your friend. So we'll basically need to find how to say your. Okay, let's remember. My is mine. Your is thine. He, she, it is yes. Sein, ihr, sein. And our is unser. Ihr is euer. And in the end, we have sie, sie, which is ihr, ihr. Yes, so we basically will be using the big ihr. Yes, this easier way to remember it. Z